where the dust still burns. Steel bones under broken dirt. Old cold in the wired rain. Says a reboot, a choke on her. Ghost towns made of shattered glass. Billboards for a dead god's light. Kids play in the crater fields. Trade scars like a lullaby. Welcome to Daggerheart, where the rust grows over gold. Plug into the motherboard, where the lost scripts all take hold. We bleed, we play, we restart. Every glitch becomes a ghost. Welcome to Daggerheart, we're alive on borrowed votes.
Hello, and welcome to another healthy dose of Daggerheart NDT, the case conference that keeps on coming. My name is CJ. I will be your DM and flu fighter for this evening as we recover from probably flu B, maybe? Who knows? Why don't we go around and just introduce ourselves one last time, starting with Amox.
Hi, I'm Wednesday. I'll be playing, I'm a GP from Sydney, and I'll be playing Amox, the Goblin Fuller, this session.
I'm Mike. I'm a GP in South Australia, and I'm playing Kid, who is a fawn blood hunter.
Hi, I'm also CJ. I am a homeschooling autistic learning support person, and I am playing Lillypilly, who is a really nervous little fairy.
Hi, I'm AJ. I'm a paramedic in Wollongong, New South Wales, playing Rheum, the Fawn Wildheart Ranger, and their lovable robot companion, Ginger.
And when last we left off, our heroes had retrieved from a bunker a half-mad man and his robot assistant, and had some clues about the Fatherboard and relocations to pursue. We find our heroes having exited the data well and the body of the cultist tied up outside, along with the woman they saved. And heroes, I'm actually going to throw it to you and see what you would like to do. There are many ways to traverse the wilds, but is there anything you would like to do before thinking about where you'd like to go?
We have kind of a for lack of a better word, a hostage, don't we? We have a fellow.
So you have one of the Fatherboard cultists tied up.
What do we do with him?
Interrogate? We don't really have any easy means of transport, do we? We were talking about you can get on some of the mobile things. We can traverse the land through the cabling network, or we can just go by foot. Raw.
Flop him over the cable like a belt. I've seen the Indiana Jones movies. And then one fawn hangs on one side and the other fawn hangs on the other side. I can fly. Can you fly, Amox?
That's all right. I've got a good group strength. I'll hold on.
Good group strength. Be the unifying, just hold on to a fawn hook on either side.
Like a
We
circus.
do also technically have a frogman with us. He's just absent.
Sounds
I think
good. Let's do it.
Rheum's horns would just curl over. So just...
Oh, we can just hook you on.
Let's do it.
But like,
What can go
okay.
wrong?
In world, is there any kind of like law enforcement? Is there anybody that you would hand someone over to if you caught them beating up a woman in the forest?
Law enforcement is generally locally dispensed and highly variable. There is the Seraphs of the Motherboard, who are, for want of a better word, techno angels who enforce the word of the Motherboard. This far into the wilds, it's rare to encounter one. You might encounter one in like a sheriff or a marshal equivalent, but it's rare. Nearby to you, there are a number of cities, including the May Trader Caravan, which is not terribly hostile. They're sort of a neutral party. There's also a known raiding city, a mobile city full of raiders nearby. But it would be hard to find someone this deep in the wilds to just hand over to the local police.
I don't really want to involve anyone.
I'm little. I certainly don't want to carry him anywhere. Like, I assume he's a medium-sized creature, and we're all not.
Oh, yeah, like standard humanoid size.
We're
I know
all,
we're all tiny.
Room came
Um,
in sort of after that event. So were they just beating a woman? Were they sacrificing a woman? What was going on?
They were chasing
She
her
was a
and
s-
shooting at her.
She was escaping their cult, and they were trying to dispose of her.
Gotcha.
So I am supposed to be an empathetic person. I understand why he was doing what he was doing, but I also empathize with the fact that he's probably not a net positive for the world.
Well, could we find out more about this Fatherboard cult from him?
Yeah.
We can give it a go.
Because
Yeah.
so far we know Inoki had a rant about the Fatherboard and the first male. Look at my
Yeah,
notes.
and he's real twitchy about it.
He won't tell us much beyond that.
Yeah, I needed cliff notes about what's happened, where we
So
are. in
you
the
see
world.
the cultist sort of stirs. I'll bring up the map just as a reminder. But the cultist sort of stirs, and you can see he sort of darts his eyes left and right at you guys, and bead of sweat
we-
rolls down his forehead.
I think we should strip him of his belongings and dispense of him bodily.
That's great.
Because if we're going to be infiltrating, we need costuming and sure have some sort of paraphernalia on him. And when we talking about them being like on this, they were on the map. We looked at the map and there was like these locations that we were sort of narrowing it down to. And it was like the boat, which is the closest thing to us. And I think we talked about trying to go there, and then Calcarus, and then somewhere else. Was it the Northern Oracle?
Yeah. Hold on, let me open up my journal.
Yeah, I didn't write anything down. So if I'm wrong, check your notes.
So the Nereidus is the boat, and we asked some questions about that. And that was sort of where we thought we were going. And the Fatherboard is led by the Ashen Patriarch, who is sometimes called the First Nail, who I think sounds like a total prat. Inoki did some work for them in the past. They're pretty violent. There are 3 keys to the Fatherboard, one in sort of each of those spots that are marked on the map. And last time Inoki did work for them, they were working out of Carrow Croft Walkaway. But they do move around, so there's no guarantee that they're still there.
And their goal was to...
Unclear, but they seem
Yeah.
sucky.
They kind of want they want the Fatherboard to be in charge instead of the Motherboard.
Instead of the Motherboard.
Was the
It's some
summation.
patriarchal shit.
Yes.
It's
We're in the
it's feeling that
Manosphere.
way, isn't it?
So yeah, the Northern Oracle, Calcarus, and the Nereidus. Then they've got there's a key in each spot.
Chris, so you need to make a Louis Theroux for us to meet.
Yeah. So
All right. And so it's the Fatherboard would then replace the Motherboard.
Mm.
I'll just cripple it.
Can we I look down at the cultist and I'm like, did we get that all right, mate?
and the cultist looks nervously at you guys and looks at Cleo and sort of looks at it with a bit of disdain. Says, "Filthy heretics."
I whack him on the sole of his foot with my quarterstaff.
Ow.
Rude.
I put a foot on his head. And I
Make
just apply
me
a
a
little
check.
bit of pressure.
Can I assist in any way with Ginger standing over him and playing Cornell type wave?
Yeah, make for me a check if you're trying to intimidate, I imagine.
I'm trying to intimidate him to try to talk a little bit about what's going on. Do you
So
want
that
me to
would
roll
be-
duality?
Yeah.
What would it be?
Hang on, I need to pull up a character sheet
Present?
so I can keep myself.
Presence, maybe?
Presence? It's charming, performing,
Yeah, roll
deceiving.
presence. And if any of your traits, keep in mind you all have 2 traits you picked at the start that you can add for appropriate checks. If any of your
I don't
character
think
traits help.
So this is my true nature coming out and not kids.
It's very hard.
Kids empathetic. Anyway, so mine's, I don't add any bonuses. I rolled a critical success, 10 hope, 10 fear.
Wow. Okay. With that, you can see that some of the fight goes out of this guy, and he sort of shrinks. He visibly shrinks before your eyes, and he says, "There's a mining camp of ours just about 3 hours travel to the west. If you want answers, you want to go see people, you want to make yourself known, you can go there. Bridges the canyon."
And you're going to make yourself scarce, yeah?
Yeah.
And
No
you're gonna
point me
give him
running
your
around.
cloak.
And he
Should
sort
have
of
break his leg.
reluctantly pulls his cloak off and hands it to you.
I need
Thank
your
you.
clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. How many cloaks of that nature that would fit us could we make out of his one?
We just need one because we could just use one between two.
Like we did last episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know
We
how
are
to
a
start?
medium-sized creature.
And look, what are pants if not the shirt of the legs?
You can cobble together enough for all of you.
Shirt, pants, shirt,
Sorry.
pants. So yes, if you wanted to, you could restitch this into enough outfits as a passable cloak of the fatherboard for each of you, which would help with perception and infiltration mechanically.
Excellent.
All right.
Does anyone want to do anything to him? This sounds so. Or are we going to let him go?
What happened to the lady?
Actually,
She's still with us.
She's still around.
Yeah. Does she have an
She's in a bit of
opinion on
shock, but
this?
she's around.
Because I feel like, you know what? If you want to stab a mofo, I don't feel strongly enough to stop you.
And I just look in his eyes and I'm like, I'm not against it.
She actually looks up and she sort of dusts herself off and she says, "I can take this one to the May Trader caravan now that he's bound. I'm not without my training. It was more that they had me outnumbered and got the drop on me last time."
Mm.
She sort of whips a sort of quarterstaff up from the ground that she's fashioned out of a long branch and sort of just gives him a tap on the knees and like gets him to his feet.
Cool.
Sounds cool.
I'm quite happy for her to do whatever she deems is appropriate with this guy, to be honest.
Yeah, same.
We're so lovely, aren't we? We formed a lovely little team.
We're very empathetic to her needs.
There you go.
aggressively empathetic.
Aggressively.
Aggressively empathetic.
Aggressively empathetic. She pulls out a little thing on his wrist, and you see a little device attached to his wrist, and sort of taps it to one on her wrist, and you see that some of the quantum, which is the currency in Daggerheart Motherboard, transfers to her, and you see it's sort of like a tap and go sort of transfer system. She sort of like taps in a little number on her
Okay.
keypad to receive, and you can take. She also offers it to you, and you can take 4 handfuls of quantum. So in Daggerheart, there are different denominations of money. A handful is sort of the base unit, which is like 10 gold equivalent. But we call them quantum in Motherboard because fun, I guess. A handful of quantum. But yeah, and the guy sort of sketches you a rough map. About 3 hours travel west via cable, you would find a mining camp at the Fatherboard. You could travel either via the data cables that run overhead, sort of in a harness. You could travel through the wilderness on foot. It would take a bit longer, maybe twice as long, or even 3 times as long, depending on how you roll. Those would be the easiest ways to travel.
Yeah. How's everyone feeling stress and HP wise? I'm pretty stressed at the moment.
I'm about half, on a purely arbitrary scale, I'm about half as stressed as I can possibly be.
All right.
A little bit. I'll be the other way.
I'm
Have your
approaching
rest, though.
burnout.
You guys want to rest?
Because when we rest, we get to deduct 2
Now,
for downtime, I think.
so you can do 2 things, and there's
Yeah.
a list in here.
Like you can remove HP, you can remove stress, I think.
Yeah.
Let's take a break, get ready, and figure out how we're going there.
Yeah. The reality is I'm flying there no matter how we go.
Oh, so if we just do a short rest, 10 wounds, Well, thanks, Chris.
Oh,
That's fun.
yeah.
So we're rolling D4 for it. That's a lot. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you guys, like, with a short rest, you could essentially be back to full. I don't think you guys took that much stress or used any armor slots. I think you would recover pretty handily.
Did anybody take a lot of hit point damage?
I had 2 hit point damage, which I inflicted on myself. Cool. So I've cleared 1 HP damage and 4 stress. Works.
Nice.
And
So
the option
I've
is
got
also
1
to
bench.
prepare. Prepare yourself for the path ahead and gain a hope.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna
If you have nothing else.
clear some stress with that. That was luck. And then I will prepare. So if I prepare by myself, I gain 1 hope. But if anybody else also wants to prepare, we can prepare together, and then we gain 2.
I'll prepare with you.
Excellent.
Pre.
Gotta love some Jeremy Irons. All
Um,
right. Confirming.
Tidlick will also go back to full, I'm going to say.
Cool.
But yeah, what does preparing look like for you guys, and how are you planning to travel?
Is there any advantage to going one over the
I want to
other?
go on the
Because,
cables.
I mean, cables is obviously faster, so
We're all little. I don't think traversing the forest is safe.
speak for yourself. Thank you.
Are you? You're like a druid fawn.
Flying
Major.
that far above the ground or flying that far above a cable really doesn't make any difference to me. But he's a goat. I want to see him walk up stuff. Like, I want to see him, like, up the side of dams and things.
Me, or both
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah,
Well, both of you, yeah.
A little goat off. I'm very mobile as a ridgeborn.
I'm a ranger.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any advantage or disadvantage of?
The cables
Yeah.
are quicker.
Yeah.
They are often used to travel. You may encounter more people, like it's a more well-traveled road, so good and bad people use cables. You are more open and exposed, like you're up in the air.
Yeah.
But the forest comes with its own risks. Rogue remnants, robot T-Rexes, bandits and raiders.
I've played Ark. Those things are a bitch. But I'm having flashbacks now to Fern Gully. If the little fairy goes up above the canopy, is something going to try and eat me? Like, is that a concern for me? Like hawks and...
Hawks are always a concern for anyone, but I imagine there would be more concern.
Then a wedgie take him.
There's some risk. There's no risk.
You know what I mean?
Instead of wedgie, take a kangaroo.
Yeah. Little miniature goat flying in their talons.
Jesus.
Well, Rheum as is confident in the scrub in the forest.
I'm
Yeah.
just like rethinking maybe if we're trying to approach this camp, maybe going through the forest might be better, even if it's slower, because they may not see us. Whereas on the wires, we're more likely to be spotted.
Yeah. How would you guys like to travel? Give me a final answer, perhaps.
I vote forest.
I think
I'm
we're
a
going
wire.
forest.
Forest, yeah.
All right, yeah.
Oh, no.
You just want to be contrarian. We'll go by wires next. I was like, this time we'll go on the floor. Next time we
Okay.
should go on the wires.
I think we might have to. If we look at the map of where the ship is, isn't the way down to the ship on one of the wires?
Yeah, and that would be a good next step. This seems is sort of taking us on in the way.
Yeah, it's just the right
Yeah,
way.
I think this goes the right way and fills in some blanks as far as why we're doing
Groovy.
what we're doing. Sounds good.
So you guys going
Okay.
on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll me, just to see how you go on the ground. Can you guys roll me, let's say, instinct?
Is
Without
this-
any modifiers?
For figuring out like where we're going and such.
Yeah, just to see how you sort of come into there. If you run into anything bad, if you come in sneakily.
All right. Well, Room's going to use their experience trait. We don't need no GPS.
See, I was just looked up the critical success stuff, and for everyone else, because we've
Yeah.
never seen it,
Mm.
you gain a hope, and you clear a stress.
Oh,
At least
very
that's what the very quick Google I just did said.
So
that sounds right.
I rolled critical success, double sevens.
Woo!
Oh. Did anyone get any fear? Roll with
So-
fear.
What am I doing? I'm doing a.
Are we all rolling? Sorry. I was looking up the
Yeah.
success stuff.
You will do very well with Amox's roll, but I just want to know if anyone rolls either fails with fear or succeeds with fear.
Where
Are we
is-
rolling instinct for like navigating? Is that what we're rolling?
Yeah, I would say instinct is probably the best for this one.
Okay.
14 with hope.
19 with hope.
Oh, 5 with fear.
Dooders.
There was so much pressure.
Amox, as you guys sort of traverse the forest, you guys do very well, but I just want you to tell me, what does a critical success look like with Amox, and how do you counteract Mike's failure? Like, what happens here?
I'm
I'm
pointing
essentially-
east and saying
We're
that's west.
essentially just walking through the forest, letting the patrons guide me.
Very good. So you guys move through the forest. You pass a couple things. You pass very old trees, like beautiful redwood, almost like trees, as meters wide, just reaching up the canopy. You pass a number of small remnants, so sort of like mice-like robots skittering away. But you also glimpse, just swooping through the canopy, a robot pterodactyl, and it perches on a branch, and for a moment turns to look at Mike, and Amox just grabs him and tucks him away. And the pterodactyl sort of looks at you guys and like scans and looks a little aggressive, but then flies on. And you guys make your way very nicely to this canyon. It takes you about 4 to 5 hours, and it's sort of afternoon as you guys approach. And you see a couple of things. I'm just going to point a few things out on the map. So as you initially approach, you guys come in from the west, actually. There was a few switchbacks and turns. And let me just ping. So you guys come in from the west. You see there's a very narrow bridge, and I mean like 1 to 2 foot wide, that seems like it's transmitting something. It's mostly cables running across this canyon. The canyon is carved by a swift river below, sort of frothy, churning waters. And there's cables running from west to east and cables running from north to south. You see a couple of other things at a quick glance as you sort of sneak up. To the southwest, there's some more robot pterodactyls sort of flapping around. To the northeast, there's some sort of mining operation going on. And to the southeast, you just make out some sort of robot T-Rex type remnant stomping around. And that's what you sort of see as you come in stealthily at a quick glance.
Have we come far enough? That's the mining operation we're looking for? Or is this
Very
not
much so.
the mining operation we're looking for?
No, you suspect this is the mining operation. There's a couple of interesting bits of gear to the northeast. You sort of see a large crane, a small drill set, and a few people sort of chipping away at the northeast cliff, particularly. There's some other gear to the southeast you can't quite make out from this distance.
Is anyone particularly good at deception? Or are we all combat oriented?
I have a +1.
I have a +2 to my
Okay.
presence.
I'm just wondering if perhaps we could just use this cloak and disguise it as maybe you guys have captured us and need to take us into the camp.
Haven't we? We've already made it into little cloaks for everyone.
I think we only got 2.
I would say you have enough for everyone, including Cleo, and sort of a short one for Inoki. It's sort of more a
Oh, okay.
Cool.
it's small on him, but it passes.
Oh, did he come with us? He did too.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. We bullied him into it.
Yeah.
That's right. So,
That's cool.
what is our goal here, though? We're just trying to gather information. Are we trying to thwart them?
I think it's just
Um,
information at the moment, really.
And from here, we're trying to go to the narrator.
If you guys want, there were 3 locations listed, and you can absolutely choose where to go. You saw Tidlick had some questions about the Nereidus and some of the... He actually looked up his family archives and found some stuff he
Yeah.
didn't really like. But you could also equally go to Calcaris or to the Northern Oracle, though they are a little...
I think I remember talking about this, and we just said that we were going to do the Nereidus because it's the closest. And with this little traversion, we're even closer. So this kind of makes the most sense. And logically from a story, like if that's our cover going in here, that makes the most sense that, we're on our way there. I guess we kind of need a reason, like a cogent story as to what we're actually doing. We could just say we're here to resupply, drop in on our way to the Nereidus, but why are we going there?
Okay, the info slate that she had, that she was like running with, that she wanted to get away from them, had the 3 locations on it. Is the guess that they want the keys and she was like hiding that information, or did they hide the keys and she was trying to give the motherboard that information?
I think she was trying to share the information about where the keys were to the motherboard. I mean, I guess we could just say that our mission is classified.
It's above your pay grade.
Part of our mission is that we've been told not to share it, which makes the most sense given we know nothing. So we have nothing to share.
I can't tell you anything.
I can't slip up. I have nothing to tell you.
Inoki looks over and says, "Keep it secret. Keep it safe." And he's sort of just looking around. Like Cleo's fiddling with the data slate, slowly repairing it. Collaborate. And Inoki's just like letting grass drip through the wind. He's sort of like looking around. He puts out like a little steampunk goggles and sort of twists them. It's like, yeah.
I guess we can sort of invoke the name of the Ashen Patriarch, because that's a thing we know. And drop that maybe we were sent on this mission when the cult was operating out of the Carrowcroft walkaway, because we know that they did. And
maybe we could drop hints about the stolen information as well, that we are aware of that, of like a possible information breach.
Oh yeah, maybe we're chasing her.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's a good cover. We are not enabling her at all.
No, we're not enabling her. We're not helping her at all.
All right.
Totally
you guys can. From the north to the south cable, you actually see a group of 3 cultists just like slide across the length of the map, essentially. So you see almost a patrol sort of go by. Yeah. And they seem to go by, and that was over the course of about an hour, maybe.
Yeah. We've lost room.
That's fine. Anyone who wants to sort of like have a look around, get a bit closer and have a look, could either do me it depends on what you want to do. If you want to just have a look around and see what's there in more detail, you could roll instinct, or you could try to put together what they're doing with an analyze roll. It's a relatively high DC to analyze based on how far away you are, but you could do that. Or you could just go in.
Instinct to have a little bit of a squiz, because I'm very little. And I have advantage on rolls that are sort of stealthy to move around without being heard.
Yeah, I would love it.
So I will instinct, and I have advantage, which is nice.
How wide is this river?
Wider than the map suggests. So like if we measure it out, it's about 25 foot on the map at its widest, but that's not like 25 foot real life. I would say it's certainly too far to jump. You would need to, if you were on a cable, it'd take you maybe 10 seconds to sort of fling across it at high speed. But you would not be able to jump this river.
Just because I have Caprine Leap, which is like a 30-foot jump that I can do.
Yeah, I would say to do that would be possible with disadvantage if you hit the right arc, but you're also contending with sort of the environmental features, scrabbly cliff, wind.
Yeah.
So that was a critical success with double 7s.
With double 7s. Oh, you guys
What's
are
the
rolling
crit successes? Mine.
Okay. Do you want to focus your investigation to one of the quadrants of the map, or do you just want to get a bit more info about everything?
I'm really like, it is the mining and the patrolling. Do we have any kind of background on what kinds of things they might be mining? Are there sort of standard mining operations like, gold and silver and that kind of garbage? Or is it sort of more interesting and esoteric than that?
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. As you look at the mining operations, you're like, these tools are not traditionally used in this location. Like the cliff is
Yeah.
breaking apart in edges. Like this is not a location where you would normally mine resources simply because it is so unviable to
True.
do so long term. The things they seem to be mining, they seem to be pulling out almost an egg. They're mining into the cliffside, and one of them actually, you see them hold up a mechanical egg, and everyone sort of like gets excited about that, and they rush off and they put it into some sort of storage unit, and before returning back to continue to mine into the cliff to look for something. You don't see like ore or metal being pulled out of the ground, just that one sighting of a mechanical egg being pulled out. You also, with that roll, you just see this pterodactyls to the southwest looking quite agitated, and you see
Oh.
them occasionally doing sweep bys over the canyon. You also see you think it's probably an adolescent remnant T-Rex to the southeast actually is chained up, and there's some chains on its neck chaining it to the ground, really thick chains, but it is chained up and seems also agitated. You think there's something going on in the northwest quadrant, maybe some lights or a little bit of smoke, but you can't really make it out as you're sort of focused on the mining operation.
Okay.
So we've got
quite a few enemies too. With that check, you notice bandits and a sniper, and
I want the egg.
I want to release the T-Rex.
There's the Chaos Goblin.
I want the egg. It's cool.
I'm very empathetic to the chained up dinosaur.
No, unseal that. Is
Aesthetic.
that how remnants procreate, though? Do they make eggs? Because that seems interesting.
it's not well known. None of you would know off the top of your head
Interesting.
much about the creation of remnants.
Oh,
With their reaction when they found it, was it like they're looking for that kind of, they're not mining, they're looking for something as opposed to digging
Yeah, they
out
seem
there.
very excited. They seemed like they had something prepared to store that egg as soon as it came out of the ground.
okay.
We need to interrupt this. Obviously.
It's feeling icky, isn't it?
It's very icky. You said lots of enemies. Innumerable enemies, or
At least 5 enemies, one of which looks more senior and has more regalia and ornamentation on their mantle. So at least 5 enemies, maybe a few workers, but at least 5 with weapons you can see. Not innumerable. This is still a remote mining camp. Like, they're not an army base.
Okay. I don't imagine I'm particularly strong. No, I have a -1 on my strength. How difficult does it look like it might be to unchain that T-Rex?
It would involve 2 to 3 checks depending on what you did. This is a remnant which has intelligence but is also more bestial, has been chained up and is agitated.
Yeah.
So you're talking about unchaining a wild animal the size of a T-Rex under pressure. So it's doable. It'll take you like 2 to 3 checks if you want to do it, but it can be done.
can I cast Grim Psychometry on the T-Rex to look into its history for the most recent violence that occurred to it, so I can see who maybe is responsible for physically restraining and maybe the events around locking it up and who might maybe possess keys?
Yep. Let me just have a look at Grim Psychometry for 1 sec, unless you got the description.
It has to be very close range. What's the very close range?
I don't think you're in very close range.
I'm not. So I need to get close to it.
So we need to cross this canyon.
Can I cross the canyon? And if when we're encountering, yeah,
Nick, you can absolutely cross the canyon. Tell me how you're going to do that. Are you going to like do a running jump and hope? Are you going to sling across? Are you going to go where the pterodactyls are, or in the north?
Well, I was thinking we should probably just walk across as a group, full bold, thinking we should be there, and just saying, the cover story is that we're searching for this data leak. Have they had any unusual activity in the area? And then I'll take it from there. I don't want to tell you what I'm going to say.
Yeah. If you just want to.
That's my
Plus, they're
plan.
very narrow.
I think we need to do something. We're just sitting here.
Yeah.
If you guys want to walk across that narrow walkway, are you guys all doing that, or just Mike?
Fly a pterodactyl down to the T-Rex, and then distract them with 3 T-Rex, and then get the golden egg.
Yep. So Amox is going to approach the pterodactyls. Mike's going to go across the walkway.
You are going to get attacked by pterodactyls.
I can try asking the pterodactyls not to attack him because I can speak with animals.
Yes, please.
So split Lillypilly Amox down to the pterodactyls.
I'll go in with Kid.
Okay.
Split the party. What can go wrong?
Yeah.
Girl.
So yeah, it's
No,
an instinct
I
roll.
was like, that's me.
Who's that?
to talk to them.
Amox.
Or ask the pterodactyls if they know who has the key.
Yeah. It says if I'm a success, they'll give me all the information they know.
So, do you have to spend hope or anything to cast Speak with Animals?
No, I can spend hope if I want to get a +2 bonus to the roll.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds like a great way to proceed.
I'm kind of terrified by it actually, but okay. Come here. All right, and it gives me another +2, and I got to spend 2 hope for that. Is that how I do it? 2. Yes, there we go. Okay. It's a 13, but with fear.
Amox, are you going to use the help action, or are you going to also make your independent check just to try and...
Oh,
Well, you probably want to wait and see. Sorry, I don't want to push you.
I'll see what they say. I'll see what happens first.
With fear, I'll take the fear, but it does work. What happens is the 3 pterodactyls sort of loom over you, and it's only when they get close that you realize how big pterodactyls are, right? They're very thin boned, but they're massive. They sort of reach over you and they're looming over you, and they're like, humans,
I'm a goblin.
tiny.
The people over there, are they taking your babies? Is that what's happening? Is that what the eggs are?
They take eggs. We fly to breeding grounds. Go get food and humans. They take the eggs. They haven't found them all, though.
Okay, cool. And I sort of look over at where Kid is, and I'm like, see that little goat? He's very, very empathetic, so you're probably going to stop that. When I yell, will you come and help us, and we'll attack them, and hopefully we can drive them off?
You wear same cloaks.
I'm very sneaky. Gonna let the
roll
T-Rex
some
out
sort of
first.
persuasion check. As you do that, one of the pterodactyls is going to just have a swoop at Kid and Rheum as they're sort of on the bridge simultaneously.
Please don't be poop. Yay! 22 with fear. Don't touch me. Like,
You see the number and then you forget.
yes.
22 with you. You do succeed. They seem more convinced. Amox, what are you doing in this moment?
Hey, Lillypilly, ask them to drop us in. Just
Oh,
carry us over.
I can ask. But we could go with you, so our other friends are gonna sort of cross the ravine, and well, let's be honest, they're gonna lie their asses off, and hopefully let that T-Rex go. And then once everything starts getting really noisy, can my little green friend and I, if we could go in with you, you don't need to carry me, I can fly on my own, but he's a ground pounder. If you could fly him over, then we could go together. Would that feel better for you? Trying to frame this like it's for them, and not just because Amox wants to ride.
Yes. We will carry you across canyon. This is Cheryl.
All right.
Cheryl. And you can see Cheryl sort of stalks over, and she's, if anything, bigger, and sort of gently
Cheryl.
lowers down. And you are able to use them as transportation, or you can ask them to do a strafing run if you want, or something like that. But they seem agreeable one of them did have a quick swipe at the other two on the bridge while you guys were sort of negotiating this.
They're goats. They'll be
Do a
fine.
deadly dive. So let's do a deadly dive. That is attack +1. We'll roll a d20 because that's what the monsters do. So 20. So with a 20, that'll hit. Who was in the lead, Kid or Rheum?
It was probably me. Can I try and dodge?
Is that a
That's
special
right,
ability
yeah.
you have?
Oh no, it's just you can roll agility for dodging and leaping, like dodging attacks, but it's not an ability.
Okay.
I don't know where you use that.
So you would mark a stress, and you are dealt 2d10 plus 2 damage.
Yeah,
So
because
let's roll 2d10. Okay, so it was only 4 plus, so only 6. So I think that would probably only be a minor threshold.
yeah,
So only
it's
1 HP.
it's only one minor.
You are, however, knocked over, and you sort of cling to the bridge very tightly. So you're now currently knocked over on the bridge. But this pterodactyl sort of sees the others and like goes back to talk to Cheryl and Declan.
Rheum would stand over Kid with bow drawn without firing. Scared it off. Job's done.
So yeah, you guys can slowly make your way across the bridge if you want.
Probably with a bit more haste, I'd help Kid up, and we'd probably try hustle over after that.
Yeah. Does anyone come and speak to us as we cross? Because I would probably.
Actually, as you guys get to the other side, one of the bandit cultists comes down and sort of says, all right then. What are you lot up to?
say we're not my head. We're just simply passing through and thought the Fresh House suppliers were investigating an information breach and tracking the perpetrator through these woods. You haven't seen anything unusual? Any strangers passing by? Or any patrols at all, have you?
Nah, pretty straightforward here at the dig site. We have cleared out most of these remnants, though. Filthy remnants. Can't trust
I
it.
point at the T-Rex. I was like, you haven't cleared out this one. What's happened here?
Oh, don't worry. We got something very special prepared for that one.
I've not seen. You said it's a juvenile, didn't you?
Adolescent, so not full
Adolescent.
size, not baby.
Yeah.
A bit above.
I've never seen a remnant of this sort at this youthful age. Do you mind if I take a closer look?
Yeah, I don't see why not. What was your name again?
I was like, that information's classified.
What's your code name, mate?
Everything about me is classified.
And he sort of
We're
gets
not
out his
gonna-
list. Everything about me is classified. And what's your code name, mate? Looking at Rheum.
My code name is what he said.
Everything is
What he
classified
said.
and what he said. All right, I'll just run that up the chain. He hands it off to another one of the bandits, and they sort of run it up. You see, he actually runs back across the bridge and heads into that northwest section of the forest. But they take that. Roll me a check. You're trying to get down to have a look at that T-Rex. You're trying to convince them. Roll me a check to convince them.
Is that both of us?
Yeah, actually, both of you roll an individual check if that's okay, or one can lead.
Can lead.
So that would be presence, I imagine.
Yeah, it's
Um,
presence.
I have -1.
Oh no.
Yours
I
is
have
better.
0.
You lead, and I'll.
Can I roll with advantage because of our cloak?
Actually, yeah, and that's a good point. You can roll. The check will be a lot easier because of your cloak.
Do we still both roll?
Yep. Let's just say you roll with advantage, Mike, because it's
Yeah.
more spread.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Cool. More dramatic.
It's 11 with hope.
11 with hope. Yep. And what'd you get, Rheum?
I got 19 with fear.
19 with fear. So I think what this looks like is you see one of their runners disappear off into the scrub in the northwest towards some of the flickering lights that you saw that way. And he says, all right, I see your passion for wiping out remnants is equivalent to the rest of us. Why don't we go have a gander at said remnant down to southwest and whatever you want to do, mate. It's all good. We're brothers here. Fatherboard. Get rid of the remnants.
We were sort of standing in front of Ginger.
So,
So we
yeah,
can-
he's happy to take you down to look at the
All right,
T-Rex.
so we
if you
walk
want.
down. As we're walking down, my horns just sort of glow really faintly, very imperceivably. My eyes flash red as I cast Grim Psychometry.
Yep.
Now, let's
Um,
see if this works. I actually have to
you-
roll for this.
And I'll say that Cleo and Inoki have stayed back at this point, unless you guys specifically want them to come forward.
No.
I'd feel so bad if we got them killed, like literally in the first half hour.
Well, it's been 3 hours their time. So
So that is
Inoki's probably
a-
sunburned by now.
it's a
Probably.
13 with fear.
13 with fear. I'll take the fear, and I'm going to use it. What you see first with Grim Psychometry is you see this cybernetic T-Rex, a remnant. You see that it was separated from its mother 5 years ago. You see the flash of the remnant's fury. You see its mother suddenly red shot eyes, went wild and attacked a trader caravan. And for whatever reason, this remnant seemed to remember it didn't seem to be affected by the fury. And it's been wandering the wasteland until it came close to this mining camp. And you see flashes of chains being thrown over the creature, of electrical prodding sticks being jabbed in it. And you see it being slowly worn down as it's chased from one side of the canyon down to the south and eventually trapped by a number of figures in cloaks. You also see, as you get a sense for how it was trapped there, you catch out of the corner of your eye that the runner that went into the forest on the other side, there seems to be some sort of cable or data tether going to one of the motherboard wires on the northwest side. And it seems atypical. It's not like a standard uplink. It seems to be linking to a separate set of cabling, perhaps a patch job or a pirate job. And there seems to be some sort of signal being transmitted there.
Can I still see our two goats?
Should be able to. We're just across.
So I will use my voice of dread to speak directly into Kid's ear and tell him that the pterodactyls are reasonably on board. If he releases the T-Rex, they will come through and we will come through with them because they want their eggs back.
Cool.
Cool.
With fear, I'm starting a countdown. If you guys
Yeah.
continue to roll with fear, something will happen in 5 countdown. Something has to do with that message that's being transmitted. So you guys are on a clock.
I think we need to stop that transmission.
But how?
Yeah, and I don't think you can tell me that. My voice of dread, I can speak to you, but I don't think you can speak to me.
No, and I think the only other person with voice of dread is with you.
Is with me. We need to learn how to split up better, Amox.
I'm fine with this. I the voice of dread and say, hurry up.
All right.
Where are we standing, CJ? Are we where we are? Or, yeah. And did that guy come with us? I'm going to be very rash. And I'm going to walk above him on the opposite side of the river. And I'm going to attempt to kick him into the ravine. Because I've had it with Dolphin. So, did you see the kick is a fawn ancestry thing? I can
I was
kick
going to say,
someone.
using that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can kick someone up to 10 feet away.
Yeah, that would do it.
So it's when you succeed an attack in melee range, you can mark a stress to kick them instead. And then the damage roll is different. So I'll roll the attack, and it's a 16 with hope.
With that, I think we might wrap up tonight as you kick this guy in the back and he looks betrayed and his face flashes and he just falls into this raging canyon below. Pterodactyls swooping through the sky, and we will pick up there next time.
Fun.